We showed this right before we went to commercial break, and you know, this is just second nature to us. But you might be reading this going, well, what does this mean? 3 miles, 2 miles, NE, that means northeast of West Fork. And the end of the path was 4 miles east northeast of West Fork. So not quite northeast, a little more to the right of northeast. So that's east northeast. Notice the path width about 300 yards. And we said we were going to show a map of this to give you an idea where this was at. And so without further ado, here is the path. Now notice this is northeast of West Fork. And then as the tornado continued on an east-southeasterly path, that's kind of more east-northeast, not quite perfectly east. That's why the Weather Service mentions it exactly like that. So hopefully that makes sense to you, and see how that path went right over Low Gap Road. So that's the tornado path that was east of West Fork, went right over Mineral Springs. Let's zip up to the high fold tornado. You knew about that. That's EF1. There you see it passing over Northwest Vaughn Road, Mason Valley Road. Then you had the tornado that was by Gravette, just to the north and west of Gravette. And there you got Gravette in the area that on the right-hand side of your screen. And then there were two more tornadoes that happened from June 18th, early in the morning. These are all after midnight. I remember when we were doing a Facebook Live, and I was just like, I think we're going to have a lot of QLCS tornadoes. This is a very favorable environment, especially for storms that move easterly and the line is running from north to south. There's Eldon, that's a tornado, and then another one, Sanders. This was 1,000 yards wide at its widest point. And then this one was on the ground a little bit more, 750 yards. We do have a blog on this. Of course, I have to update it now with the West Fork tornado.